Book of Zechariah, chapter 9 and verse 11. Restoration of the people. As for you, by the blood of your covenant, I have freed your prisoners from a waterless pit. Return to a fortress, O prisoners of hope. This very day I announce I am restoring double to you, for I have bent Judah as my bow. I have set Ephraim as its arrow. I will arouse your sons, O Zion, against your sons, O Yavan, and I will use you as a warrior's sword. The Father will appear over them. The Father's arrow will shoot forth as lightning. The Lord God Most High, who I am, will sound the ram's horn, the shofar, and come in a storm from the south. The Lord of hosts will protect them. They will devour and conquer with sling stones. They will drink and become heated as with wine. They will be full like bowls, like the corners of the altar. And the Lord, their God, Most High, who I am, will save them, the people, like a flock on that day. For like gemstones of a crown, they will shine on the land. Then how good and how lovely. Grain will make the young men flourish, and new wine the young women. Chapter 10. The Father strengthens Judah and rescues Ephraim. Ask the Father for rain in the spring season, the Father who brings storm clouds and heavy rains, who gives to everyone grain in the field. For the teraphim have spoken nonsense, the diviners have seen false visions, deceitful dreams they have told, empty comfort they have offered. This is why they wandered like sheep, wretched, for they have no shepherd. My wrath is kindled against the shepherds, and I will punish the leaders. For the Lord of hosts attends to the flock, the house of Judah, and will make them like a splendid horse in battle. From them will come the tower, from them the rent peg, the tent peg, from them the bow of war, from them every officer. Together they will be like warriors, trampling the mud of the streets in battle. They will wage war because of the Father is with them, and will put the horsemen to shame. I will strengthen the house of Judah, and the house of Yusuf I will save. I will bring them back, because I have mercy on them. They will be as if I had never cast them off, for I am the Father, their God Most High I am, and I will answer them. Then Ephraim will be like a hero, and their hearts will be cheered as by wine. Their children will see and rejoice. Their hearts will exult in the Father. I will whistle for them, and gather them in, for I will redeem them, and they will be as numerous as before. I sold them among the nations, yet in distant lands they will remember me. They will bear their children and return. I will bring them back from the land of Egypt, and gather them from Assyria. To the land of Gilead and to Lebanon I will bring them, until no room is found for them. I will cross over to Egypt, and smite the waves of the sea, and the depths of the Nile will dry up. The pride of Assyria will be cast out, and the scepter of Egypt disappear. I will strengthen them in the Father, in whose name they will walk. Oracle of the Father. Chapter 11. The cry of trees, shepherds, and lions. Open your doors, Lebanon, that fire may devour your cedars. Wail, cypress trees, for the cedars are fallen, the mighty are destroyed. Wail, oaks of Bashan, for the dense forest is cut down. Listen, the wailing of shepherds, their glory has been destroyed. Listen, the roaring of young lions, the thickets of the Jordan are destroyed. The shepherd narrative. Thus say the Father, my God, Most High, who I am. Shepherd the flock to be slaughtered, for they who buy them slay them, and are not held accountable, while those who sell them say, Blessed be the Father, I have become rich. Even their own shepherds will not pity them, for I will no longer pity the inhabitants of the earth. Oracle of the Father. Yes, I will deliver them into each other's power, or into the power of their kings. They will crush the earth, and I will not deliver it out of their power. So I shepherded the flock to be slaughtered for the merchants of the flock. I took two staffs. One I called Delight, and the other Union. Thus I shepherded the flock. In a single month I did away with the 3 shepherds, for I wearied of them, and they disdained me. I will not shepherd you, I said. Whoever is to die shall die. Whoever is to be done away with shall be done away with, and those who are left shall devour one another's flesh. Then I took my staff, Delight, and snapped it in two, breaking my covenant which I had made with all peoples. So it was broken on that day. The merchants of the flock who were watching me understood that this was the word of the Father. Then I said to them, If it seems good to you, give me my wages, but if not, withhold them. And they counted out my wages, 30 pieces of silver. Then the Father said to me, threw it in the treasury, the handsome price at which they valued me. So I took the 30 pieces of silver and threw them into the treasury in the house of the Father. Then I snapped in two my second staff, union, breaking the kinship between Judah and Israel. The Father said to me, "This time take the gear of a foolish shepherd, for I am raising up a shepherd in the land who will take no note of those that disappear, nor seek the strays, nor heal the injured, nor feed the exhausted, but he will eat the flesh of the fat ones and tear off their hoofs." Oracle of the worthless shepherd. Ah, my worthless shepherd, who forsakes the flock. May the sword fall upon his arm, and upon his right eye. His arm shall be surely withered, and his right eye surely go blind. Chapter 12. Oracles concerning the nations and Judah. An oracle, the Father. The word of the Father concerning Israel, oracle of the Father, who spreads out the heavens, laid the foundations of the earth, and fashioned the human spirit within. See, I will make Jerusalem a cup of reeling for all people round about. Judah will be besieged, even Jerusalem. On that day I will make Jerusalem a heavy stone for all peoples. All who attempt to lift it will injure themselves badly, though all the nations of the earth will gather against it. On that day, oracle of the Father, I will strike every horse with fright, and its rider with madness. But over the house of Judah I will keep watch, while I strike blind all the horses of the peoples. Then the clan of Judah will say to themselves, "The inhabitants of Jerusalem have their strength in the Father, the Lord of hosts their God, one and only true living creator of all creatures." On that day I will make the clans of Judah like a brazier of fire in the woodland, and like a burning torch among sheaves. They will devour right and left all the surrounding people, but Jerusalem will again inhabit its own place. The Father will save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem may not be exalted over Judah. On that day the Father will shield the inhabitants of Jerusalem, so that the weakest among them will be like David on that day, and the house of David will be like the Father Most High, who I am, like the angel of the Father before them. On that day I will seek the destruction of all nations that come against Jerusalem. I will pour out on the house of David and on the inhabitants of Jerusalem a spirit of mercy and supplication, so that when they look on him whom they have thrust through, they will mourn for him as one mourns for an only child, and they will grieve for him as one grieves over a firstborn. Catalogue of mourners. On that day the mourning in Jerusalem will be as great as the mourning for Hadad Rimmon in the plain of Megiddo. And the land shall mourn, each family apart, the family of the house of David and their women, the family of the house of Nathan and their women, the family of the house of Levi and their women, the family of Shimei and their women, and all the rest of the families, each family apart, and the women apart. 13. Oracle concerning the end of false prophecy. On that day a fountain will be opened for the house of David and the inhabitants of Jerusalem to purify from sin and uncleanness. On that day, oracle of the Lord of hosts, the Father, I will destroy the names of the idols from the lands, so that they will be mentioned no more. I will also remove the prophet and the spirit of uncleanness from the land. If any still prophesy, their father and mother who bore them will say, "You will not live, because you have spoken a lie in the name of the Father." Their father and mother who bore them will thrust them through when they prophesy. On that day all prophets will be ashamed, and the visions they prophesy, and they will not put on the hairy mantle to mislead, but each will say, "I am not a prophet, I am a tiller of the soil, for I have owned land since my youth." And if anyone asks, "What are these wounds on your chest?" each will answer, "I received these wounds in the house of my friends." The song of the sword. Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, against the one who is my associate. Oracle of the Lord of hosts, strike the shepherd, that the sheep may be scattered. I will turn my hand against the little ones, and all the land. Oracle of the Father, 2/3 of them will be cut off and perish, and 1/3 will be left. I will bring 1/3 through the fire, and I will refine them as one refines silver, and I will test them as one tests gold. They will call upon my name, and I will answer them. I will say, "They are my people," and they will say, "The Father, Most High I Am, is my God." Chapter 14. Devastation and rescue of Jerusalem. A day is coming for the Father when the spoils taken from you will be divided in your midst, and I will gather all the nations against Jerusalem for battle. The city will be taken, houses will be plundered, women raped. Half the city will go in exile, but the rest of the people will not be removed from the city. Then the Father will go forth and fight against those nations, fighting as on the day of battle. On that day the Father's feet will stand on the Mount of Olives, which is opposite opposite Jerusalem to the east. The Mount of Olives will be split in two from east to west by a very deep